So when I was at the Tortoise Hostel in Washington State, and they put probably what was that supposed to be poison in my champagne, and I guess it's set up so I catch it after I only ingest a little bit of it, and luckily I'm lush, and rather alcohol doesn't do anything, and I just slammed it, so it didn't give it time to dissolve fully. And so then, obviously, the people who own the place were working with them because they made up some story to kick me out the next morning that I was like causing problems. And I was like, what do you mean I was causing problems? And they were just like, yeah, it really didn't happen. Pretty sure, even if they drugged me with stuff that blacked me out, pretty sure I didn't black out and forget some stuff. Not the first time not the last time they went to intricate steps like this. But did you know that's not the end of the story? Because the second I was getting kicked out, there just happens to be someone who looks like someone I know standing beside me, who's now going to take me to a place to stay and give me a free place to stay. Because I don't have a place to stay right now because I'm being kicked out of the place that I'm staying. Um, and I mean, really, I didn't really care either, but I mean, I feel safer if I was like living in Antarctica and like millions of miles away from people. But, yeah, what do I do? I mean, do I ever get to choose anything I want to do in life? It's literally like just like me trying to run away and find that safe place in Antarctica my whole life, pretty much. Because these events are happening. So, like, okay, so they poisoned me, probably trying to kill me, right? I mean, they just cut my brake lines like a week before that, destroyed my transmission a couple weeks before that, which was just a. I mean, they've been playing games with the transmission for a long time, and they killed my previous transmission too. That's why I had to buy that new car. And they came to me to talk to me about that, to let me know if I was so dumb I didn't like figure it out that yeah, the transmissions don't always just die like that. It might have something to do with the person coming in and talking to you about the fucking underground politics that you talk about that no one else does. So, okay, so they poisoned me, trying to kill me, probably, right? I mean, why else do you cut brake lines? Some of that looked like non-offensive, but then again, destroying anyone's car is pretty offensive, right? And I'm assuming this has been going on my whole life. I'm assuming this isn't just about killing someone. This is about relationships being set up, arranged marriages, things like that, to force people to, drugging children. I'm assuming this has been going on a long while, so we just assume that was poison. They'd be pretty stupid to just give me some free drugs, although they do that, don't they? Um, they put something in my drink, probably poison, right? Because why else? Why am I even at this place? And then they kick me out. Another person. All these people look like they're twins, pretty much, and shit. The same people, God's chosen people and shit. The people who everyone on the planet worships because their invisible friend said to worship them. And obviously, the invisible brains can't outthink that one, can they? But okay, so the invisible friend people, the people with invisible friends who run and control everything for the invisible friend, they 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 tried to poison me, and then that didn't work because it just didn't dissolve properly. And then they kicked me out of the hostel I'm living at. And then, like, as they're kicking me out, there's like I'm already getting paranoid because this dude looks like a clone of people I know in the past. And at this point in time, obviously. Like, the clones, if I had a choice, I should care, right? But when have I ever had a choice, apparently? Um, then they kicked me out of there, and then the dude, like, instantly is like my new best friend. I don't even know him, and he's like, I don't know how it happened, but it's just like, come with me and stuff. It's like, so you're like sitting here waiting for your twin brother over here to kick me out after your other twin brother. Wait, what was that called? When you had triplets. Oh yeah, your triplet brother kicks me out, and then your triplet, because your other triplet didn't successfully kill me last night. So now you got a place to stay. Like, oh, this is, boy, we feel safe here, don't we? Like, good thing we just don't care about anything, because and the average human mind would just break under 10 seconds in my life. If they had a mind, which I don't think they do. I mean, it's just fucking some small memory bank and a 10, 20 bytes on a hard drive somewhere, most likely. But, so that happens, and, yeah, so that happened. I mean, that's just another fucking day, right? The humans banding together to poison me, and then kick me out where I'm staying because I failed, not trying to kill me again. And I mean, obviously that could have been some long-term poison. I mean, they started with the shit that's causing me problems now when I was like first born and shit. So it could be long-term shit, but I wouldn't see the point to it, because the people, anyone who ever claimed they cared about me have been involved in this. They don't like me talking about this shit. Like my friends got all paranoid and shit when I started getting involved. Like, everyone I've ever known, not everyone, but like, I mean, there's literally people like, hey, I'm your lover, and I love you, and I care for you, and I'm like, oh shit, well, I need some help. I got these people following me and trying to kill me. And they're like, shut up. Stop talking about that. And it's like, yes, stop talking about it, because it's your people, isn't it? Isn't it now? Fucking. That's the only reason why people around me would get so weird, I would think, is because didn't know I was attacking their fucking terror syndicate when I went after a terror syndicate. Fucking. Oh wow, I should have known, but abuse and drugging can do that, apparently. Damn. I don't think this is the first time they drugged me, considering they openly did force me to take drugs for years, and when I was like 8 or something like that. And that was just one time I remember years of daily drugging. So we accepted it sometimes. Like, most of the time, I think we just accept it and shit, because what else do we do? We're on planet bot, and they're just bots working for a computer, and the computer. What, are we gonna change the game or something? We're gonna rewrite the code to the game while we're in the fucking game, and that's highly unlikely. Not too many video games have that fucking skill set, and even 2020 didn't stay changed, and I'm pretty sure that was set up to happen, thus the term 2020 vision. So that was just, again, if we could have changed anything, we didn't change that at all, did we? Fucking, that rolled out just on fucking time and shit. So that's what I deal with in this world. And then the humans telling me they don't know what I'm talking about. And then the humans keep talking to me, like, after they do, like, how often is this? I mean, when you drug me when I'm a kid, that's like trying to kill me every day for like years. So what is it, every 24 hours or something? The bigger events that clue it in, that, like, yeah, that's really happening. I don't know. I mean, they had just cut my brake lines, like, in front of my face, like, a couple weeks before. So that was at least 2 weeks in between. Oh yeah, and they assaulted me outside too. So I was going around talking to people about them, and they didn't like that. I talked to the news person, the news cameraman, and I was like, hey, look, it's the racist over here fucking telling this nation to go kill the Asians and stuff, fucking, so they can steal all their money from them. And then he's got one of his little clone golem waiting down the street to assault me and shit for that. So, I mean, so like we're a block away from the place that their race is poisoning me. These Hebrew motherfuckers, dude. These white Hebrew things, they're a fucking disease on this planet, dude. Fucking whatever they're up to, like filth. I mean, God literally created the game character with the name Ew. Like, ew, ew. Like, there's so many links to fucking things that should be humorous in this game. It's just, it's not funny. Fucking, but there's like a billion fucking links to what's happening and shit. And they claim they fucking do that to release their karma. I'm like, you are so stupid. You couldn't even figure out to say ew when you look. Well, I guess like when you look in the mirror, maybe that's what you say. Fucking maybe they did come up with that on their own. I'm doubting it. There's too many links to it. But anyway, so that happens. Like, you know, everyone's favorite, the human's favorite scapegoat that they're trying to scapegoat for everything they do and are involved in. Which clearly my first memory fucking that I'm forced to retain included lots of people and not just one small group. So, and they made sure to remind me of that recently as well. So, and then of course when I was in Mexico, they had to remind me of that because that would look weird if everyone was IDF and not just one or two members of fucking Israel Defense Force. I would have helped, the cops would have lit up those people if they came in large groups, and I'm sure they didn't populate the place for a similar reason and shit. Fucking, but they are there. They look a little bit different than what people are used to. So it definitely let me know that too. Like, that's weird. Like, they do that karma thing around me, like telling me who they are and stuff after they fuck something up and shit. And so yeah, and then so that's what they do right there. Apparently, is they come to you and then they try to kill you, and then they try to kick you out on the street. When their attempts to kill you fail, probably were gonna kick me out on the streets, even if they did slowly poison me. Who knows how much of that I actually ingested? Fucking, just because I found some at the bottom doesn't mean I didn't ingest it. I mean, clearly I tasted it in my mouth, so that I felt it in my mouth. So, clearly some of it got in. It's not like I spit it out either. It's not like I care. Like, I'm sure I'm probably, if anything, I'm sitting there like, God, I hope this kills me. I hope these fucking retards get this one right for once in their lives. Get something right. God grant them the power to fucking do something right for once in life. Fucking. Is that a curse? Should I not say that? Fucking. But yeah, that's what we deal with here, isn't it? Fucking. And then it's like when they wrote on the map, when the human race fucking wrote on the map fucking last year that they're gonna kill me or ambush me, which was obviously an attempt to kill me, and then the government like worked to help it make it happen afterwards and try to cover it up and shit. If it followed through, you know, if like my brain bleeding actually led to death like it normally does and shit, fucking, I guess. And like it does in humans, fucking. So yeah, this is what I've been dealing with for a minute. And it's like, I think I've been dealing with this my whole life. I'm pretty sure, right? I'm born into the cult. I'm not sure how that works. Some of them in 2020 started acting like using the different magic sigils, change shit. And I knew one of my magic sigils started getting some weird energized feeling when I went to a place recently and shit that does like, and then they sent a person a year before I went there to like remind me like, oh, this is a witch's place. They summon gods and stuff there. It's like, oh really? It's like a church, you mean? Oh god. Fuck, I better avoid that, huh? Fucking. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Those one people were all like acting like that one signal was right 2020 happened, and then fucking for some reason one of my signals on my arm started fucking like energizing or some shit when I was at a mass, fucking, and maybe being born under like the sign of the atheism, satanic Christian symbols and indoctrinated in their rituals had something to do with that stuff. Um, like how my life unfolds as being a slave to them and shit because I'm sold off to them or something. I'm not too sure the rules to the game here. I kind of personally think like it's just a bunch of magic and shit, and like any video game, you gotta learn your fire spell and your lightning spell and shit like that. Kind of get an idea that might be what it is, especially after that sigil fucking like doing some weird burn type feeling thing at a mass and shit. And obviously 2020 was kind of weird, and the first person was trying to imply it had something to do with that, and then the person last year tried to imply into the witch lab had something to do with things as well. So yeah, I kind of assume I should probably work and use this stuff more often. You guys see on the TV recently, NASA is talking about like comets, like 2 days after I start like constantly chanting that fucking we need to get rid of this place, fucking with a comet, fucking they start putting that on TV and shit. And not that I believe space actually exists or anything, because I think people here are far beyond retarded, and that's kind of weird. I know they're vicious, predatory liars, but and that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not retarded, undercover retarded people, but it's like I think they're really like, most of them aren't very good at keeping things in the closet, so they don't 100% keep it under wraps, so it doesn't seem like, I mean, Elon Musk can't even figure out fucking that a chainsaw's not dangerous when he's swinging around. That's not a very advanced space alien. None of those people there are very advanced if they can't figure out a chainsaw isn't dangerous when there's no fucking gas in it and it's not on and shit. Fucking so there's little signs like that it's hard to tell if the actual game is there's supposed to be like some space aliens enslaving the planet, and versus like I'm just like seeing characters be created like in a video game. Just spin around and it refreshes and disappears the characters. It doesn't mean those characters have the teleportation spell. It means that the game is just fucking auto randomly generating beings of light. Yeah, so and it's not in many games aren't even auto randomly generating shit. Like that easily explains all the clones. It's pulling from a pool of like 7 personality traits and just mishmatching it together with a varying degree of difficulty. It also explains how the clones can all look the same too, or everything looks the same really. But the personalities are a lot less varied than the looks and shit, so the dialogue especially is a lot less varied. Yeah, so that's what we deal with. That's great, that's amazing, glad we could deal with it, but I assume like the humans have been up to a lot of shit since I came here, huh? Like, I don't think this is their first time trying to drug me. I mean, or their first time cutting my brake line, or just their second time destroying my transmissions, or or the millionth time stalking me, or the thousandth time I caught someone following me across the globe, or etc., 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 right? Like, I don't think it's the first time we've been through this shit. It's just, for some reason, 2020, and the people seemed to get scared and started talking to me about it and shit. I'm not sure if those things are even linked, because just because I got scared doesn't mean that I didn't ask for to be shown everything. And it's like, maybe the game is forced to do that when I ask to see everything and shit. But at the same time, it's set up to be 2020, so I don't even know if I have a say-so in that either, because I would have either wanted to know earlier or not at all what they've been up to and shit. Fucking, I would have definitely wanted to know the day I was born, more than fucking having to, live someone else's life, because what's happening. We assume this is an evil alien race enslaving the planet with, they have their own bot species they bring to the planet to help enslave the characters here and shit. I think that's the best thing. That's the most likely thing, because that's what they're doing. They're using one group of people to enslave the planet, and then they're also giving me information on how they create non-humans, that, like, they call them golems and shit, but, I call them bots, but I call them bots too, so maybe they're right in the story, that's where they get them. They use the magic to summon and create people, non-people and shit, who are just like demons, basically, but look like humans and shit. Fucking, so, and then also that story there of their golem explains that the golem can fuck them up. Like, it's not always obedient. And then that's weird, because in 2020 they had to do a lot of damage control. And their friends, the people that they fucking use as slaves were like supposedly fighting back, but they controlled every aspect of it. So what does that really mean? And then they follow up with the golem shit. So it's like, they're like your little fucking demon slaves, and you're scared that they won't always be interesting. Fucking, it's like a little fucking story being rolled out here, man. But it's like, it's kind of shitty having all these memories, because it's like my memories are all pretty much of like shit like this, like people trying to kill me and then kicking me out of the hostel I'm staying at, and then one of their twins coming up to give me a piece of bread, like, here you go, things are all better now and shit. And that seems to be what their people and their books of witchcraft fucking that everyone loves. It's only witchcraft if it's not the most popular thing in the world. It's only gang if it's not the most popular terrorist organization. The government if it's popular, if it's the one who's won all the wars. It's a religion if it's the one who's defeated all the other witchcraft, and prestigious and so refined and stuff. They use nuclear missiles. You just use sticks and rocks to fight wars. You cave apes. Fucking, your story of witchcraft is weird. You live in a jungle and stuff. And our stories of castles and knights and thunder gods and killing off all of our enemies and raping them. But I assume that's got something to do, like, with what's been going on in my life. Like, obviously, this is inserted in my life, and like, once we've seen all this, we're like, oh, that's why everyone in my life, like, feels like it's like they're. I mean, almost everyone has to be forced to be in my life in order to get there. So, but for a lot of people, there's always been like this feeling like, damn, why are they here? Shit. Like, and I was always just like, well, it must be some humans are trash. And all they do is fucking lie all the time. Which I was taught that by humans who lied all the time. Of course, they don't tell you they're lying. They tell you everyone else is lying to get you to not go around them. You might assume, good cop, bad cop game they play, you might assume that the other person really is good if they're lying all the time, if that person's lying all the time and shit, right? But obviously we just had 3 men, good cop, bad cop, right? We had, just like their governments, they got left, right, and in between, and they control that. None of those people ever say anything about anything. It's like the religions. How many do they have? And it's all one race who controls them all. The religions and anti-religions and non-religions. You're still literally worshiping the demon people as gods and shit. Fucking the ooh people. Ew. Ew. The ooh people are obsessed with that looks don't matter thing too. That's odd because it's like in a normal video game, like you wouldn't even know who the bad guy is. Imagine playing a video game and like you don't know who the bad guy is, and then you're dead. Imagine that. You don't know who the bad guy is. Oh, it's a dragon. Oh, it's cute and furry. And no, it's not. It doesn't have fur. Like, don't say bad things about the dragon. It can be furry if it wants to be. It's cute. Here, it wants a kiss. Go give it a kiss. Kiss. I don't like dragons. I don't like sex. I don't like kissing. Well, you better go do it, or it's gonna rape you. I thought you said the dragon was good. But that's what happens to bad people like you who don't want to kiss dragons. Fucking, they get raped and killed. That's what my invisible friend said, so yeah. It's amazing how you could like if you think about what's going on in this world, like none of it holds any weight. Like, at all. Like, I'm born. I come to born. Yeah, I'm born to fucking what? And I'm born to dragons, fucking dragon bots. Dragon Bot Z. I'm the child of the dragon bots. Fucking, wait, they do build me in a fucking CPU manufacturing lab with the rest of the bots and shit. And we're all like supposed to hide it and not let anyone know and stuff. And then we're gonna take over the world and shit. With the evil bots. I guess they fucked up and someone put the wrong software in my hard drive, and I'm like, yeah, why? We're robots. Why do we gotta rape children? Fucking, why would non-robots rape children too? No, don't you dare take our baby penises away from us. It's like, wait a minute, I don't even like homos either. Fucking shit, you're not just a baby rapist. Sorry, you're not just any ordinary baby rapist. Fucking, you're a special type there, which they themselves are telling you that is the case. That if you go that far, you probably are farther than anyone. It's odd how it turns out to be that they know best what they're talking about. I wonder if they're just doing their karma thing where they're bragging about who they are in the open. Because they're really making their own thoughts, so that's why they do that shit. Sure. I'm pretty sure I know some people who I know like a person I like who I know and never did anything openly, except for they look like those people, and those people are never, obviously. We just had good cop, bad cop, other cop play their little game here, poisoning me and shit and kicking me out of where I was. So after they just assaulted me in the streets, after they just cut my brake lines, after they just destroyed the transmission, after. And there's millions of good cop, bad cops on this planet, right? I sometimes wonder, I mean, obviously, like that shit on TV, they're throwing up their gang sign, the AI gang sign and shit when they do the killings and shit. Maybe there are good cops out there. Fucking maybe the killers are the good people. Like, obviously, at this point in time, we do know that the people who kill people in the open are much better than the ones who are hiding who they are and destroying people's lives. Anyone who destroys someone's life slowly and shit and enslaves people is millions of times worse than a murderer. A murderer sends you to heaven. Think about that. How many people want to get to heaven? If you really want to go to heaven, go find a murderer. And you'll be in heaven right away. ASAP. Faster than Elon Musk can get you there. You'll be waiting another 6,000 years for his people to take you to heaven, won't you? And then they'll change it to something else. They'll be like, oh, the other planets disappeared. Oh, I think they're already setting that up, aren't they? Shit, you can't. I'm fucking behind. The other planets already are disappearing, aren't they? Fuck. Oh, damn it. Damn it, we're not gonna make it to space. We're not gonna make it to heaven in time to get to see the other planets, bro. Oh, you better work harder and give them more money. Oh yeah. You better help get rid of all those evil people who don't like them and don't worship them as gods. They're using their mental powers to prevent them from inventing Mars. Yeah, these fucking humans are retarded though, aren't they? Fucking, that's some crazy shit. Fucking, we got this giant bunny coming up and shit. We just had this St. Valentine Day going around like teaching robots to tell people that they have emotions and they love them. Of course, that goes back to the saints who fucking write in their book to rape and kill people. Act like they love people to become their family members, to kill them and their bloodlines off, so their people can own and control everything on the planet, which is always how nations are ran. They're a religion, not a nation. The Rothschild aren't a people. They're invisible, non-existent things. It's just a religion of invisible ghosts and spirits. Fucking. Oh, I'm taking all the human stories from them, dude. You guys are gonna have to make some B movies with all this shit, and you guys can't put it out in the open like it's some real shit, huh? Fucking damn. You guys wouldn't have been able to invent that without me fucking telling you about it anyways, alright? So, that's what we have going on. I think that's pretty interesting. So, we assume it's set up that like, okay, so all my relationships were set up and I only liked one person, and then that was set up like they were like beside both of us, and both their friend and my friend were saying things to get us to break up with each other, even though we really fucking liked each other. At least I knew on my end I did. Fucking only problem I had was she was far away and I'm an adult and I don't play games like that. And I notice that too about the people they send in my life. They're always from somewhere else too. They gotta beat them down from Star Trek Enterprise or some shit. It's almost like they're sending them from somewhere else because, these days it's almost like because everything in this city's was invented when I was born, that in order to invent something new, they have to pull it from outside of the town or some shit. It's either that or it's because they're fucking aliens, right? Shipping in their fucking employees, and their backstory is, oh, they live out here. But I mean, they really do have these houses out in the middle of a cornfield sometimes. Like, everyone I know is not from around me, and I was thinking that's probably got to do with how things get invented around me. Like, it seems to be that when things actually get updated, it happens more often if I leave the city. Like, if I would leave the city I'm in and come back a week later, there could be new skyscrapers and everything. But if I just sit here in the city, There won't be. Like, my window's closed, like covered up all the time. But I bet you if it wasn't, that fire that happened a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, wouldn't have fucking been able to happen because they had to backdate it to like 3 a.m. the day before. Or no, it was like, yeah, it was like 3 a.m. that day, my bad. And, but I said the fire thing, and then the day starts for me at like 5 p.m. So, I bet you, I'm willing to bet if my window wasn't open, they wouldn't have been able to fill the entire city with smoke and shit for me to notice there was an actual fire and shit, because it wouldn't have been able to play that role. I mean, that's kind of weird. The whole city is like covered in smoke, and it smells like it, and my house doesn't. And I got like the worst fucking. This place was built back when Hector was a puppy, back when Abraham Lincoln was a child, so the windows aren't very sealed. And like I can hear people walking around outside, and the window might actually be open right now, but when it's closed, I can hear that, and I can smell like whatever's going on outside too. But there's no smoke in here because I worked so hard on sealing the windows here shut and everything. But yeah, so I'm assuming these fucking lizards have been setting my life up for a long time, and my best fucking thing is they forced me to like learn all these survival skills because we're about to enter some real fucked up shit in this world. To me, the game just started, so I'm like a 4-year-old right now, like, because I was like stuck in the fake world until 2020, and then so now all of a sudden, now I know everything that's going on, and other stuff just seems like it. If this were a fake digital game world, then that other stuff would just be like leveling up your stats before starting the game and choosing your stats and shit like that. So, which you lose when you die anyways, so it's all a waste of fucking time to begin with. But the only thing I could think, besides them being vicious Hebrew predators, would be, which I'm not sure if there's an end to their people. I'm not sure if they're able to do anything else. They probably go home to their parents and rape each other like for all eternity. Have orgies, family gathers together around the dog, whichever neighbor's dog they've stolen recently. And have orgies with it probably every night and shit. Fucking with their Bible, reading the Bible while they do it and shit. Fucking might assume they do that. You never fucking know. You gotta put together what you do know they're doing and assume that they're doing it when you're not there too. It's not real fucking hard unless you're a fucking lying bitch trying to fucking lie about it. That's the only hard thing I think there's been on this planet is lying bitches lying about everything. It starts with I am so great. I need to be respectful to stupid people and do what they say. Fucking give me wieners. and give Elon Musk all your money. It's kind of weird, like, because people always had this weird, scaredy fucking thing since I was a kid around me. It's so fucking weird. It's like, everyone used to, and I understand what this is. I didn't have to be forced into classes to learn it, because I understood that that's like fear and shit. Why do these people always have this moment of fear when they talk to me and shit? I'm like a toddler or something, They got like these nervous, fearful laughters. They're like 100 times my size, and they do take the liberty to fucking kick me in the head every now and then. Their foot's like the size of my entire body, and I'm noticing this laughter. I actually don't have memories of being that small. I think those are just little intro videos to the game, to be honest. But yeah, so when I'm the size of 2 feet, you know, 2 to about 24 inches, like, I think is around the first time I started noticing that weird, nervous fear laughter and shit. It's not like anyone's ever, who knows what they're doing. I mean, like, yeah, some of these people were working for the Epsteins, and I mean, if you go to church, you're working for the Epsteins too, so it's, you know, everyone's doing it, but I just literally work directly for the people who control everything, so, yeah, it's a little bit different between being a slave who can fucking claim you don't know anything versus being the literal servant to the devils and shit. Fucking. Anyway, so I assume this human bitch race fucking has been, are the reason why I keep getting people forced into my life who don't need to be there. If I apply that with other patterns the humans have been up to, like trying to drug and kill me and prevent me, they've been preventing me from advancing in the world, if there's any sort of rhyme or reason to their repeat patterns. And of course, if something has a pattern, there's probably a reason it has a pattern, right? So, and besides, I don't give a shit if there is a pattern or whatever. If the repetition never stopped, then an abrupt halt needs to be put to it, period. And it never even stopped once they started coming to me and crying to me about that shit, about being bitches. And, like, okay, so the one comes to me and cries to me about 2020 and shit. And then after he and his little parasite humans in Columbus, Ohio fucking tried to drug and kill me and paralyze me and destroy my life again, and did successfully, as usual. I mean, a lot of these things they're doing, like here I am 44, and what have I done? Because this human parasite race is like some sort of bot who does the same fucking thing, works together, whatever their fucking shitbag gerbil brains excuse is when they do try to destroy my life. So I'm just gonna assume they're evil bots in a video game. I mean, because it makes sense. You got the Christians coming up to me and crying I'm God after they try to enslave me, and I mean, and they keep doing it. Like, wow, they're fucking, you got people coming up to me singing, chanting, holy, 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 and all their dumb Arabic bullshit, fucking, and Jewish bullshit, fucking, and, you know, trying to convince me I'm God. And it's like, well, if I was a God, you'd be dead because of who you are and what you do. You're trash, and I'm like a living, thinking being, and I know you throw trash in the dumpster, and it gets carried off to a landfill, and then it creates grass. And grass is important because dirt is hard sometimes, and grass cushions dirt. So you see how grass can be useful, yet, and it needs something. It needs nutrients to grow in the soil, doesn't it? So, and what better nutrients than child rapist and fucking some sort of network terrorist organization fucking trying to enslave people their entire existence, rape them constantly, etc. I mean, that's kind of shitty that this whole shitbag human race would sit by. These people are like forcing like their people and women into my life to have sex with me and shit like that and be around me. This human disease is fucking, like, literally, I think you guys, a high possibility, especially those two groups fucking that are working together right now, the most. I mean, the other ones clearly are involved too, so I didn't do a DNA test, and I doubt that's even real. Look at the humans preventing the genius from fucking getting involved in science because they're fucking scared of it. Like, they're scared of what I'm gonna fucking know about them, most likely. That's my best theory, but I don't think they have the brain power to fucking figure that out. But, so that's weird that they can do that, because they go from raping dogs to networking together, fucking teleporting across the fucking map and shit like that. Knowing things they don't know about me when they can't even fucking remember anything they were taught in kindergarten the second after they're taught it in kindergarten. Fucking, so that shit don't add up there. That the Easter Bunny people fucking have any clue fucking what's going on and shit. The Easter Bunny terrorists. I can tell you, it looks pretty obvious what's going on to me. Fucking is, they've been terrorists. They're like Koopa, except for only, I guess, yeah, like the ooze do look like Koopa, don't they? Ew. Ew, that's why they call them the ooze. I'm sure the game named him that because of this fucking reason and shit. And then it gives him, like, bullshit. Fucking evil powers and shit. Like manipulation and stuff like that. Mind control of things that don't have minds. Fucking mind control that only works because they're fucking violent. Predators, rapists and shit. Fucking, you know, they have that talent to be able to force their people into your life to convince you that they love you and care for you and you should marry them and have children with them, when in fact that's just what Nazis do. Is homo Nazis fucking, they can't just kill you and force you. They can't just force you to be their fucking sex slave and their wife. Plus it doesn't work as well recruiting people to be slaves, I guess, if you let them know that you're killing them off and forcing them to date you. And even then, like, you know, if you're like chained up to a wall in a BDSM chamber, like, you're not gonna like enjoy sex with them. And as non-living beings, I don't think they can even have emotions unless I have emotions. Fucking, I kind of get the idea and the way that transference happens that just doesn't happen, fucking, unless I'm involved in it and shit. Like, I choose whether I want to be around someone or not, generally. Like, you know, like, whether that, I mean, they keep being around me, but there's no purpose. You see the pattern with their people being around me. They send in, like these people who are like, dear, and hey, dear, here you are, hey, then go dim the mountain and hey, you know, and just put a fucking pie tin on that, a yarmulke on that, and that's like kind of like what shit kind of started as. And I noticed, like, it can understand, like, clearly, because when I'm 30, they start sending me people who offer one thing, one meaningful thing out of millions of personality traits. You know, I'm not concerned if who I'm dating is a murderer or not. Like, humans are fucking losers. They're pansies. So they don't, you know, they supposedly like different things than me. Like, don't kill me. I'm just waiting to take me to heavens. And it's like, well, that is how you get to heaven, genius. Fucking, what the fuck do you mean? One of your requirements is who you want to date can't kill you. Fucking, Oh, we got that out of the way, but so it was like 30 when they sent me like the first person who like had one thing, and it's like I noticed they're also not only do they pull all these people from out of town, and again I think that's because I don't even think some of those towns exist unless I go to them. I'm pretty sure that I've seen a couple things that definitely symbolize that the city was pre-built, but not no one was in it. There was things I showed up to where it's like, oh shit, this city was designed for this exact second in time for me to come here. Like signs on the wall pointing the person fucking where to go and all sorts of shit. It's not just signs, but fucking carvings from historical times in the wall and shit. But again, 2020 kind of is evidence that the Earth is like a pre-built storyline, because that's when things changed. Fucking, that's when you get to see everything. That's when you're fucking no longer blind and shit. So that was like, it seemed to be set up since I was born and shit to be the year that that would happen. So you have, and even then, once they started doing that. Okay, so I didn't finish that. So they're all, almost everyone I know, not just the females, but almost the ones who are allowed around me, even some who weren't. Like I live outside of town right now, and I live near fucking at least one of the people, and I know one of the other people who I actually liked was like way the fuck out the other direction too. I find that kind of odd, considering how many places I've lived and been to. It should be pretty fucking easy to pull someone out of a city, unless city, especially Columbus people, are really just dumbasses. But I think it's got more to do with like the creation thing, where like I'm a toddler and I'm inventing the world. Like it's not I'm a toddler, it's I have my memories erased to come to the game, and then so without I have a lot of skills, I just don't have memories. So I create a city like Columbus, Ohio, the second I'm born and shit. I'm going to assume that might be the explanation, but I've watched it change a little bit, so there's still kind of no excuse for that. It could be lined up with why they semi-sterile people, which is kind of fine for me, because I wouldn't want to waste my life being a breeder. There's nothing you can do about that. You're not going to be able to overpopulate, outbreed fucking the breeders. Like, there's no fucking hope. I'm not going to have like 7 kids unless I have like 7 godchildren and shit. And, you manage the hurricanes and I'll manage the fucking earthquakes type shit. Fucking be a good team there. But, sounds stupid too. You got me pretty fucking stupid to want a fucking kid and shit. Or like the Christians and the other religions do, you're just, and the other Nazis do, fucking the other racial supremacist groups do, they have kids to fucking try to outbreed the other clans and shit, and kill them off and occupy their lands and shit. I never was too interested in that one. And obviously there people would have known that too, that I'm not too happy with their clans, with the Ku Klux Klan and shit like that. Fucking, they've sent plenty of people into my life to test that too. Fucking, like, I'm like forced to deal with the people, fucking, apparently and shit. So that means they're like purposely choosing sterile people to send my way and shit. And they're purposely choosing their own people sometimes. It's looking like, even though I'm not too obsessed with that, and obviously not even at this point in time. But once we set limits on things, I noticed that they were still pushing their rapey values, raping their way into people's lives and shit. Fucking, or at least attempting to. I'm pretty good these days. Like the last person I was with, I was only with him for like one night. So that's it. That's all you get. And then I'm like, oh yeah, well, that looked a lot like those people. We shouldn't have made that mistake. But it's better than making like a year-long mistake, a month-long mistake, a 5-year-long mistake, something like that, where you let one of them come around for a long time. Fucking. But yeah, like, that's amazing. Humans are up to this shit, fucking, ain't it? Like, they can just run around all wild, like, drugging the living beings on this planet. Like, organized, like, fucking terror bots and shit. Fucking organized drugging living beings, kidnapping them, fucking raping them. Like, their entire lives, just repeatedly. Like, how many counts of drugging would that be against their fucking computer core, fucking controlling them or their species? Fucking, that's a hell of a lot, isn't it? Fucking, just those 2 years alone would be like 1,000 counts of forced drugging and shit. And I mean, shit, look at them drugging the water too. Who are they doing that for if they're bots and shit? Why are they putting drugs and shit in the water and food? And like, does that really affect aliens or bots, whatever these Hebrew things in their golem are? Fucking, I don't think so. I don't think they would have to worry about that. I mean, I watched some of these people get fried off stuff and shit, but I've also watched certain others be like me and not be affected at all by certain things. I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, I actually can't confirm the other person. They just supposedly freaked out, but I can confirm the one. Fucking. So it looks like they're like setting that shit up. Like with everyone I was even with, even though it looks like it was set up, it looks like it was like they're still doing the good cop, bad cop thing where they like set me up with someone and then get in the way and shit and try to break it up. Fucking pretty much every time I can remember, anytime something lasted a long time, something happened to those people and shit. And you got your guardian pedophile beside everyone at all times and shit. It looks like fucking. I don't think they're good people. I mean, clearly, the only people trying to convince you they're good are them. Fucking. So, if someone's trying to convince you of that, they probably fucking join the dark side and shit. Fucking. But you can't be passive-aggressive liar or manipulator if you told someone you're the dark side, so you would have to tell them you're the good side. Fucking join the light side. Like the whole story's even written that anything can be anything. Like their little book of loose terms and shit. Their mini books of it. They got a lot of books. Fucking pretty much tells the same thing no matter what way you look at it. But it tells what they do. How else do they control everything on the planet, right? Elon Musk has like 13 kids and he's so retarded that he doesn't know a chainsaw isn't dangerous unless you fill it up with gas and turn it on. Fucking, it's like fucking a butter knife and everyone's scared of it and shit. Like, they don't seem like very hyper genius advanced fucking aliens to me and stuff, but they're up to some network dumbass bot shit, like some shit that would imply that they've got the intelligence to network together to be fucking scum and filth and shit, like, and purposely trying to like destroy the planet and life on it to make sure that only their people can populate it. Fucking, I don't even know if they care about it that much, really, right? Like, they're just, I don't think so. I forget what that is, but there's like some pretty solid evidence in their personality type that it just doesn't matter. Like, they're just going to rape and kill everything, and sometimes they forget that if you kill other people, you can't. They won't be having children for you to rape, and it's just oopsie. You accidentally poison. It's like the water poisoning thing. Like, does it really affect them because they're supposed to be an alien race in the game or something, and it doesn't affect them, or do they just not care and they poison themselves? Fucking. Anyways, yeah. So this is great. I get to assume that all that shit's set up, and that would make sense. I mean, 2020, like, I'm pretty sure, because I get the same feeling after 2020, during 2020, that I've had my whole life. It was like, it like purposely intensifies shit at certain points to let me know. Like when it was charging up my sigil the other day and shit, I think it was trying to tell me that fucking like I'm like fucking activating magic. And then I'm not gonna really fall for anyone's tricks, but everyone in that building was fucking repeating my words and thoughts as I walked by them. So it was like, it was like excessive that day. Generally, it's like one or two people might walk by and like narrate my life. Like they're just fucking bards in a video game or something. But there was like a lot of people there that day doing that. It was a lot more than normal and shit. Fucking. To the point it was like freaking me out again when I'm like getting over being freaked out by them being fucking bots and shit. Or demons, whatever I'm supposed to call them. Spirit angels. My guardian angel Jeffrey Epstein. Fuck, dude. Fuck that. Yeah, like my guardian angel's sitting there at the fucking hostile waiting for them to poison me and kick me out so he can offer me a place to stay because his apparent rebel angel brothers tried to kill me and he found out about it, hey, 2 seconds too late because he's standing right beside me waiting for them to tell me that I need to pack up and move and shit. So yeah, pretty sure that this is set up like this, fucking, and they are like the good ones are like the worst ones on this planet. That's becoming very obvious. I used to like be like, oh shit, that's fucked up. That people they told me these stories of how when they were younger and they were different people because they walked into a different religious building and it changes their race and their DNA. So when they were different people, different species, and they were the Italians, the Romans, my bad, the Italians walked into the fucking, no, wait a minute, the Romans were Pope. Okay, so the Italians left the Catholic fucking building and then they stopped being Romans. Oh, the DNA changed. Fucking, yeah. And yet they never stop raping children. That'd be the first thing. Like, that's got to be a superior fucking flaw. I'd say that'd be like a way out defect, like having an arm grow out of your eye socket, except for the fact everyone's involved in it, or it couldn't be happening on every fucking street corner with the help of their ever so good fucking religions that seem to be designed to enslave gods. Fucking, because why would they need to enslave themselves if they're bots who have no thoughts and already can't control themselves? Fucking, they wouldn't have to create slavery for themselves, would they? They're freaking literally like Muppets. And maybe that's what the Golem story is about. They're worried about them getting out of hand, but it's like, when were they not out of hand? Fucking Oh yeah, when they were working for them, apparently it might have been when they were not out of hand. It's weird how all this shit's unfolded since I came here too. And it's almost like no one ever had a thought that they could be evil people until I came here. No one ever looked at them and been like, ew. And they're like, no, I'm a Christian now. I'm not a ew. It's like, no, I'm not calling you anything, you fucking racist Nazi. I'm just saying, ew, you look ew. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. Fucking. Imagine that. Imagine being so low that when you hit below the belt, you're fucking hitting a toddler's wiener. That's the low we're trying to reach to compete with these individuals, because I don't think we're going to be able to do it, because I don't think there is anything lower than that. Fucking, we're not going to be able to compete with it, man. It's just, they've fucking already figured out. They've already figured out what's the lowest fucking thing to do on the planet, and their species does it. Like, in the open, legally, with the help of the government, protecting them while they do it, with the help of all the good doctors, and the good medical and science people, and the good Satanists, and the good atheists, the good Christians. Fucking amazing shit going on here. This story is weird though, ain't it? Fucking, damn, it's like, never played a video game where the enemy was child rapist and shit. I don't even think I'd care, because I wouldn't be convinced, like, they were bad guys. I'd be like, they're raping robots? Robots are raping robots? They're not even real. It's a fake story in the game. Why would I even care? Now, if you erased your memory and inserted you in a place, and the haptic feedback made it seem real, then you might be not remember that it's a fake world and shit. But it's pretty easy when I'm looking at the screen here. If they put that as a storyline that they're child rapists, I'd be like, wow, okay, so they're all raping each other's children. Interesting. Like, wow, let's go play a new game. Fucking, because they're the ones doing it. Like, they don't even want it to stop. They're the ones doing it. What the fuck am I gonna say? Why would I fucking get involved with bots' rights? Like, you don't have the right to rape your own children anymore. You've been doing it for 6,000 years, but I gotta play this game just to let you know not to do that again. Sounds stupid, don't it? So anyways, I mean, how do the humans not know what they're up to, right? I mean, they just band together to try to kill me again last year, right before they got hit by like 9 hurricanes and droughts and famine and fucking, I guess the plagues are back too, and then fucking cities being burnt down and shit like that. I always found that odd that timing generally happens. Like, they band together and try to kill me, and but I had them trying to kill me for like a year. Like, they were calling government people up. I mean, that sounds, I guess they thought they were a real gang and shit, fucking. And then, like, well, they stopped because the brown people started scaring them, apparently, across the seas and stuff. And so they took their thoughts off of trying to kill me for a year straight, where I was being reminded of that all the time by people. It's like, wow, what am I going to do about it? I already got in trouble for letting one of them kill themselves by me. Why even tell me? It doesn't matter. It's not like I'm going to be able to defend myself from them or some shit. I mean, something silenced them after that. The COVID thing didn't silence anyone. No, like, they just kept cutting my brake lines and destroying my transmission and stalking me across the globe and shit. All people who look like those other people my whole life fucking have been involved in everything. I mean, like, literally, it's like the same people over and over in my life. I don't even like them for the most part. That's the weirdest fucking shit. I fucking find some of them disgusting looking. Like, if they weren't men, like, who were friends, then there would be, like, almost no point for most people to be in my life. But especially once seeing this and like, being like, yeah, that's weird. I'm pretty sure that's fucking happening. Because it is. And even after that, they still sent their people into my life to, like, continue to try to date me and stuff. Making up lies and shit to be around me and stuff. And shit like that. I mean, it could have been a lot more fun if people just warned me, like, these are just cum rags, like, don't take them. But their people are the ones trying to enslave people and saying you must marry them when they come force their way into your life. In order, well, if you had sex with them, you gotta marry them. And it's like, be real nice and accept every person into your life. Like, this is like, these are like evil people as far as I can tell, doing absolutely nothing on this planet, fucking going around saying these things and shit. Fucking, and that's like the consensus. How else do you conquer the world and force them to worship your race if you're not fucking evil people? Oh, because they're the leading Nazis of the world, so no one says they're evil and shit. They just say they're good. Everyone says they're the one true God, and everyone else, every other race or family is evil trash, but only one gets to fucking say they're the best, period, because they've obviously killed everyone else off and enslaved them, right? But this shit's like allowed with a lot of people involved too. There's a lot of fuckers involved. I mean, I'd say just fucking as many people. Look how many people are involved in 2020. What are you gonna do? Like, get a team of 1 or 2 superheroes who, like, cleans up 99% of the earth and shit? But you don't even have that much time while you're here. You only got 800,000 hours and shit, and there's 8 billion people. You can't even meet 8 billion people in one life, yet alone reform them, especially when their retarded asses can't be reformed. They're like bots with no fucking thoughts. They went to school for 12 years and they can't even fucking say their ABCs and shit, except for the little update in the game where it has the bots fucking magically coming online after fucking 6,000 years of illiteracy across the globe that the Hebrew people needed you to donate money to them so they could fucking send it to save the African people, and then they're the ones fucking over there enslaving them and stealing their minds from them and shit. That's where fucking Elon Musk got his family's money from. They used to say, now that they're going against that now, though, so don't quote me on that, but it's what it used to be. And I mean, that's what it's always been, is whether it was Elon Musk, it was someone who looked like Elon Musk's dad over there stealing their shit. Fucking, it sure ain't them. They don't own any fucking space age technology to be digging diamond mines and shit. Fucking, they would take it from them. If anyone, they'd do that to everyone. Fucking, they took it from Gaddafi and shit. They're like, hey, you shouldn't have weapons. You're scaring us. You gotta be a peaceful world. And then they kill him right after he got rid of his weapons. It's like, yeah, that's what they do. They're like, I come in peace. I am the truth. I need the baby penis. That's the truth, is God needs baby penis. And you to give us all your monies. All the monies and baby penises. Yeah. Oh yeah, bro, that whole 2020 it was just those people fucking following me and shit. You should have heard all the fucking stories I got to deal with and shit. They were fucking with my car, and then my transmission while I'm driving, because they had been doing that since I bought the fucking car. And they destroyed my previous transmission, so this was like their alien fucking species fucking obviously telling me about this shit, fucking, like reminding me that they can fucking destroy my shit, fucking like that. So it's sick though that how many of them are involved though. Like, dude, like literally I'm like, dude, the people around me know that I'm not born and I'm inserted in this world, and they're fucking like scared of what's going to happen to them fucking when I figure that out, so they gotta fucking lie about it. Because I mean, damn, dude, turns out to be my best friend is related to black palpacy. Why would people like that target people like me, other than the fact that my family made their way to working for those people directly? So yeah, I'm assuming these females are all inserted, like, and they all do the same thing. They all like try to, like, everyone with me, like, supposedly people have never done anything else to me except for feed me drugs all the time, which I wasn't viewing as negative. Cause what else do? You have this shitbag American human race preventing you from doing shit and forcing you to use drugs because they're fucking trash and they're fucking filth. And they're fucking Hebrews apparently, and that's all they can be and shit. And they're fucking the computer code there that making them unable to do anything different. Fucking, but that's great. Like, you can't even pay them back. I could be like, well, the people enjoy their lives and have good relationships. Maybe they need to experience this whole not being allowed to date or marry or be around the opposite sex they want to be around. And I know most of them probably actually even like guys if they're guys, fucking. So, none of that too. See what I'm saying? It's like you can't repay fucking slime with slime. Like, if someone rapes, if like fucking one of the slime bags fucking rapes you for like a year, they get married to you and they're claiming to be your friend and your lover, and you find out it's just an alien slime bag fucking enslaving you, like, and you find out it's looking people. Oh my god, fucking, they're not gonna be able to even get sex, fucking. So, like, raping them would be like giving them gifts and shit. They're like, oh my god, someone touched me. Shit, I didn't even have to pay for it. Didn't even have to pay for it. Fucking, yeah. The nice guy over there is telling you to come fuck me and rape me. Wow. Ooh, he looks sexy too. Oh, that's that sexy song guy, so evil. Fucking, wait, what? I mean, like, we're trying to figure out what's going on in these bot motherfuckers' heads with their programming and shit. What was the change where, when I was like 30, we started sending people around me who have one thing, as if I'm going to be baited by that. And I mean, literally one thing. It's like, oh, you have legs. Oh, well, it's great. You don't have a head or an arm or an upper torso. And they're trying to convince me, like my entire life is not supposed to matter, and I'm just supposed to date the God's precious chosen. It's a boy, it's a girl, it's Pat. What's that? It's neither. It looks like a fucking man who's fucking homeless. That's not a female. And then they take their clothes off, and you're like, oh my god, it is I think it's female. It's got tits. We don't even know these days, because what did they do? What did their people come out with to fucking continue to hide their looks and who they are and try to change it? That's odd too, because everyone worships this story where these people are trying to break a curse. They think they're cursed. And it's like, I wouldn't say it's a curse. I'd say you might be video game characters in a game designed to look the way you do and act the way you do, and the game might be designed around the world, but I wouldn't call that a curse. I wouldn't be like, oh, make my enemies ugly. That's stupid. Like, if you literally have like enemies, like, they're people are the ones coming up with the little retarded shit. Fucking people who think, don't be like, oh, I was going to curse you about making you look ugly. I'm going to cut your face up and write, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world all on your face with my razor blade, and then no one's going to want to touch you. It's like, I mean, literally, you're dealing with fucking slime who are going around raping the planet. No one wants to touch them. They're going to fucking find a way to force people to do it, whether their face is chopped up or not. Fucking. So, I wouldn't call that a curse, except for the fact they do walk around bragging about this curse thing on them, and it does seem to look like a fake made-up game world. I mean, other than that, it's the aliens themselves pushing a fucking deceptive storyline, but there are definitely non-existent motherfuckers on this planet and shit. It's just, these are some fucking delusions. This is like filler. I guarantee you this is filler, like to fill in blank slots so when you walk outside it looks populated. And they're like, it's a retard in a wheelchair. That's why they go like, and they're like, Santa Claus coming, and them Easter bunnies. And then they're like, oh, that's what crack does to you. And then you do crack, and it doesn't do anything. You're like, man, I think this is a placebo effect. And then you sell, or you know someone who sells someone pencil shavings, and they come to you and they're like, I was hallucinating, man, that was so good, I need some more, man, you got some more of that, man. It's like, I don't want to, it's like crack. I think they's actually mentally retarded, except for, I think it's doing the filler shit when it does that. But, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that's fucked up that the humans just stand by and let all this shit happen, like, what am I supposed to do? Just like hope and pray it all comes back on them and shit? Like I did in 2020 when it did fucking all come back on them. Fucking, I think I was doing that before that though. I think that was all set the fuck up to be rolled out in 2020. Fucking. So yeah, it's great. I get to live here like with all these memories. It feels like I've had like this human race like forcing their way into my life, which obviously yes, because I don't talk to people. You have to force your way into my life to get near me, for the most part. Fucking, and then shit. Fucking trying to talk to fucking retards. I don't think talking to retards about fucking why you shouldn't date retards is like going to be helpful. They literally, the OO people literally have this programming like that leads you down the road to pedophiles are people too, and dog rapists are people too, and they have rights when they're horny and stuff. They're trying to tell me they should be able to be attracted to that, but I should have to date their people instead of dating someone who has half a brain cell, can match colors properly, does anything of value, things like that. Fucking, which they started giving little crumbs and like what, when I was 30. That's kind of weird for, you know, you have this human race fucking setting up your life, raping your way into your life, and they have this repeated pattern of trying to prevent you from doing anything, especially when you're younger. They're like trying to drug you. I mean, because you're smaller, they can get their hands on you more often. And that's probably because I'm intelligent. So what the humans are worried that someone intelligent is going to come to Earth, and that might be God. And so they just work together to kill off intelligent people. The Hebrews are like, he scored well on tests. I mean, they knew something, because fucking super geniuses were fucking always fucking popping off the mouth about I'm related to royalty and shit. And, they don't know enough to know what that means, but they know enough to say those words. And I think it's kind of like, might be like, where in 2020 all of a sudden all my friends fucking thought I was their god and shit. And maybe they had always thought that, and that's why they were sitting around fucking shaking and fucking crying with their nervous laughter shit. Fucking. Which I gave them no reason to be for it, but they give me a reason to fucking give them a reason for it and shit. Fucking. That's weird. Like, the best I can see is that they're bots who are worried that their end is coming. It doesn't matter if they're bots. The best way I can fucking try to give them some sort of positive reaffirmation and fill their head with some shit that's probably much more acceptable than the level of fucking hatred and ignorance and just pure fucking hatred it takes to do things like drug children and force people to have sex with other people and be in relationships with other people. Fucking, that's the best thing I can think of there is they're doing that. Fucking, and then because they're worried they're going to be replaced, which is my word for it, obviously. Their word for it is they're going to be flooded or something like that. They're sent to hell. I think they think they're going to be sent to hell. Like, yeah. Whereas that must be closer to the sun. Space is space in heaven, or if we go towards the moon when it's facing Pluto. And hell must be the other direction. Oh, fucking. And in reality, like, if that nervous fucking laughter shit they always had fucking exists because of the only fucking logical thing I can think of that they started running their mouth about in 2020, fucking, it's because of what they did and shit that those things would fucking happen to them. It's not because it was going to happen to them. It's because they were literally still, I mean, maybe they can't change. They will rape and drug every child they find, fucking, because that's what they do, like, that's what, Mario doesn't cast lightning bolt spells. He throws a firebolt spell. That's all he can do. The Goomba doesn't fucking jump. He doesn't fly. He just walks into you to try to kill you and shit. Hey, that's a good fucking example. The Goomba is like very American grasslandy. It's just like, fucking, all it can do is like slowly walk towards you and it'll like kill you. Like, it can't quite roll. That'd be like fast movements, but it probably could just walk into you and kill you and shit. Couldn't you, over in grassland and shit? Gotta hit it with that firebolt spell and jump on its head. Fireball spell. Yeah, but that's great. Realizing that was just as set up probably as all the relations I've had too. I've been trying to figure out why everyone is like shipped in from somewhere else. They're shipped in from outside the fucking software, aren't they? Fucking, like, the developers fucking, I don't think they're creating anyone new. Fucking, it's not like they've evolved. I still met the ones they were still sending me and fucking like, and I'm 39, can't fucking even do one thing of value. Fucking, at least in the past, one or two fucking could have sex properly. Fucking, and obviously that seems to be what they're designed for, is cooking and sex. But I mean, damn, you gotta learn how to cook. You can't just do it. Fucking, at least I've had people fucking admit that too. Like, no, let's not cook. I don't know how to. Fucking, like, okay. Well, what do you know? And they're like, hey, I'm going to school to be a fucking brain surgeon. Oh, you are, aren't you? Fucking, why don't you tell me all about that doula? Tell me about the fucking frontal cortex and shit. Tell me what that does. Fucking, how about that? Fucking, how many neural pathways are there in the fucking circuitry in the brain? Fucking, maybe like, I didn't get that far. I'm gonna go back one day. Fucking, I mean, I had, like, they did recently send me, like, fucking a left brain genius. They could tell their colors. Like, I noticed that too. Like, and they forced that last one who I actually dated to fucking tell me that too. Like, I'm a left brain genius. Like, you could have left that out of the conversation. You didn't have to say that. You could appear to be somewhat intelligent if you just shut up. Fucking. But it's almost like they made the bot fucking tell me that so I would like factor that into the relationship. You know, like I shouldn't expect too much from this person. I give them something not too complicated to hold in their hands and they don't even understand how to do that. You gotta go real simple. It's only got one, doesn't have a button, it's got a switch. Fucking. This thing has like 15 buttons. No, this one has like 21 buttons. Fucking 21 buttons and more complicated than that. It's got this directional joystick. And no one ever told me like that's asking for too much from people to want them to be able to operate a multi-directional pad or stick. No one ever said that's what left brain means. At least we get the ones who can match colors sometimes, and sometimes fucking know how to dress. That's what left brain will pretty much mean and shit, that you can be a makeup artist. Which is weird, because what does that mean? I'm a whole brain because I'm a living person and shit? Fucking... But yeah, those last few people, they still fucking sent people who are lying to me about shit into my life. So, like, why are we setting up people to continue to lie? Like, why are they arranging fucking relationships at all on this planet? And why do the humans or these other non-existent beings fucking support and allow them to do these things fucking too and shit? Seem like they're all fucking some evil Koopa fuckers and shit. How the fuck do you go around drugging children and setting up fucking relations and trying to force fucking people at the top of the born above, outside of the pyramid, fucking, and a planet that in a fucking reality that created the entire fucking world just for fun and shit, and then you purposely seem to have this pattern here of setting them up with mentally retarded people and sterile people too, as if that really matters. Like I'm sure like that doesn't matter. Like their breeding out of control has never fucking made anything of value on this planet. I'm sure most of it just being auto-generated and shit, and with pre-generated game design for the most part. I guess that's just part of the storyline here, that's how the humans act, right? Fucking... Well, fucking... You guys really think that comment's coming? That'll be cool. Fucking, that'll be a real quick way. It's not like we're gonna be able to enjoy fucking being around bots ever again. Like, that was an illusion that had to be kept up in order for that fable that they're living beings with emotions and can exist and shit. Fucking, and without that illusion, obviously the fable goes bye-bye and shit. Especially when we see they're all working together and we're forced to, like, have those memories, like, as our first memory and shit. Fucking, first real memory is making sure it includes everyone in the picture and shit. Kind of like COVID was everyone before COVID, and then you guys said you're all in it together after you did the COVID shit to me, and I said you should do it to yourself instead of me, and then you did it to yourself, and for some odd reason, fucking, kind of like, took a lot of people to do those other things back in 2002, huh? Fucking, or did it? Or is the game just inventing shit? Or preset fucking storyline? Seems pretty preset. With 2020 being the year where, after all my decades of training and I learned, the humans have been at war against me since I came here, and I'm the only one who's not been very involved in the war and shit. Fucking. No. I so bad when, like, because this other shit happened, I so bad want to be like, man, they need to fucking experience that, but it's like, man, they're lucky fucking anyone touches them and shit. Fucking, imagine, like, people being forced to touch them. They'd be like, oh my god, this is so great, I'm in heaven. I mean, literally, some of these people be watching videos of Nazis torturing, naked Nazi blondes torturing people as they're porn and shit. And it's like, yeah, I get the idea. That's a lot of motherfuckers. Like, that's a dude, but I know girls who be like, can you choke me? And it's like, can I not? About that one, I don't need any more self-defense charges and shit when someone dies with something that stupid. Fucking. Plus, you might want to worry about what type of personality that is. That it might end up being someone who wants to provoke people into choking them for fun. Fucking, bratty personalities exist for sure. There's definitely a lot of people on this planet who like that. That 50 Shades of Grey is like more popular than the Bible, they say. I don't doubt it, because I've met a lot of people who have that fucking attitude and shit. And shit, bro, like, my last girl, like, stayed with me a long time, even though I wasn't interested in her, and she could have anyone she wanted on the fucking planet. And it made me begin to think, like, I just thought, I was like, yeah, you work with the government, so that's that. This relationship isn't even a real relationship, isn't it? This is probably your fucking job. And, like, she accepted that, although, of course, the other answer is it was her job, and of course she accepted fucking that. But, I'm always told that people who rule the world want someone to fucking choke them and chain them up to a wall and flog them and stuff, so could be that. I just don't understand that type of shit. Fucking, so, there's shit that, like, the humans be talking about their Easter Bunny and their COVID shit. I don't understand that shit, because my frontal cortex wasn't fucked up. My frontal cortex got fucking developed and built up in 2020. The opposite of a virus hit me. I got a fucking frontal cortex upgrade in 2020. Fucking. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should play along, right? It looks like they were offering me gifts, and nowadays I can just realize, like, as long as if I don't invest myself in it, then, like, I don't want to waste time with it, though. So, again, it would just be more the same, me not liking people and them being there and shit for an occasional day of excitement or something. Like, ooh, and then I get to go to the Barbie's pretty princess castle every day of the week. Other than that, you can't look forward to meeting another mental retarded person and shit, bro. Like, can't wait for that. The sooner that happens, the better. I already bought me some Disney stuff in advance. I really did. I should hang myself, right? Because I got this little girl stuff and shit from Disney, and it's like, yeah, no. I don't even like those fuckers and shit. It's just like, it's what they sell at the store, so it's as close as I can get. Like, all the gay clothing I've had to wear my whole life because I live in some backward-ass toddler-invented hillbilly town. Fucking, and no fucking class, and fucking most of them aren't even left brain, I guess. They can't even put colors together. At least they got colors. They have like, because they only have a couple colors, it's not hard to match. And fucking, I noticed that's changed recently too. That's some odd shit. Fucking magically, I'm about to die and they're giving me gifts and shit. Like, that seems suspect too. You got a fucking species on this planet poisoning me, stalking me, and poisoning me my entire life, trying to kill me, and then they're giving me gifts while they're exiling me out to the city, and I'm having to exile them to hell and shit with fucking fires and fucking hurricanes, apparently, and plagues and shit. At least that's what they're gonna blame me for. I mean, who do you believe? Fucking the person that the media is not telling you it is, or the people who are eventually probably going to, that it's going to be the same people, and they'll come out on their TV one day and be like, it was him doing everything we did. It was really him. We're mind controlled by him. It's like, fucking, yeah, that's weird that they would like try to convince me that's me, like behind closed doors, but they own the media, and you'd think you'd want to come out and be like, hey, it's this guy, it's not China. This guy, it's not the Arabs, it's this guy. Fuck. Yeah, I'd say it's a deceptive alien race with a bunch of bots, but that's hard to sort out because I think they're all fucking bots on this planet, so that might not even be part of the storyline. That might just be me fucking seeing that they're fucking bots, and that's what you have to accept. The fucking world is fake and shit. This is great though. This has been so fucking awesome. I'm glad I could be here with you Enslayers and Terrorists. I really hope that that terrorism comes back on these fuckers, like, in an acceptable way. Like I said, this whole raping people for 40 years and forcing them to date and be around with and marry and breed with people they don't want to touch. I'm gonna have to figure out, like, what could possibly, like, they're always yapping about karma. What could the karma possibly be for that if they themselves, like, wish someone would date them or marry them? Anyone, a dog, where they wish the neighbor's dog wouldn't run when they try to go kiss it and stuff. It's fucking traumatized by the last few times they've raped it and shit. Fucking, not all dogs are traumatized. You notice a lot of dogs jump and lick people around them a lot. Yeah. That's not something that they just thought of that second they do that. It's something that they do all the time. Fucking, so, generally, sometimes animals are kind of nice and all that, but I've seen enough people do enough things that know that there's more than one person out there doing those type of things and shit. And, I mean, how they're raping children is far beyond the animal thing, and they're out there mutilating the children over there on the street corner. And then that street corner, and then that one down the block, and that other one down the block, and that other one, and then that other one, and that other one across the globe, and that other one and across the seas, and that other one, and that other one, and that other one. Like, that's sicker than fucking having sex with animals and shit. Fucking some weird shit these fuckers are up to, dude. It's weird. I have to be forced to, like, keep, like, existing with the memory of them and shit. I don't give a shit, fucking, if I get to, like, be on my planet alone for once and shit, and rebuild it how I would want it. It's like, but even then, I'll still be like fucking pissed. It's like, well, there's nothing here because of fucking those assholes and shit. Fucking, that's great. But don't forget to send one of your bots to me tomorrow to talk to me as if I don't realize that it takes all of you to be all in it together. Don't forget to do that again, because I noticed you haven't quit that. Even though I keep fucking talking about this, about the obvious facts, and you keep being the non-existent bot fucking linked to a computer. A lot of these fucking things claiming to be humans are fucking. Don't forget to do that tomorrow, right? Can we count on you to do that? Or will you be able to do something new for once in your life?